Good morning, everyone. My name is Ricky Dillon, and this is my channel called Social Spin with Ricky. This is where I help you navigate the wild world of finance. Before we begin, we'll understand a little bit about what inflation is. Imagine you have $100 and you can buy 10 burgers with it. But one day that the price of those burgers goes up and now you can only buy 8 burgers with that same $100. That's change in value over time. With that being said, now that you understand what inflation is, there are a few ways to protect your purchasing power against inflation. Number one ingredient is diversification. You would want to diversify your portfolio. Spread your investment across different asset classes such as stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, and cryptos. This is one way to protect your assets against inflation. Ingredient number two is smart stock picks. You want it to be very smart about picking smart stocks. Be strategic about investing in companies that produce essential goods and services like food, water, and healthcare. These companies usually provide shelter against inflation. For example, companies with strong pricing power, like those with branded products or unique services, such as, for example, the Chevron, Barrick Gold, Shell. These are the companies that are providing essential basic needs. Ingredient 3, inflation-friendly assets. You want to invest and look into the assets that are inflation healthy and friendly. These assets usually perform well during inflation period. For example, the precious metals, gold, silver, platinum. People also invest in oil. Recently, Costco sold a lot of gold bars because investors really wanted to diversify their portfolio. Hence, they bought gold and silver and platinum heavily. Ingredient 4 is active management. This is an essential key element that works against the inflation, and it's an essential key element for the diversifying portfolios. This is something that you would always wanted to invest in. You wanted to be actively engaged, actively involved. You would wanted to justify your investment strategy depending on your short or long-term goals. And that means regularly reviewing and adjusting your investment portfolio to make sure that it remains aligned with your goals and risk tolerance. Some people like aggressive approach, some people are moderate. So you'd wanted to decide which approach you wanted to achieve. I usually like to split mine into 2 or 3 categories depending on my short and long-term goals. So you wanted to always pay attention to what it is that you want and what is the period that you'd want your investments to grow in. And ingredient 5 is tax efficiency. That's the huge one. You wanted to make sure, that money that you are taking is working with your tax strategy. You'd have to be very careful considering the tax implication of investments, and the goal should be to minimize tax liabilities. Hence, it's very important to reach out to a good CPA or a tax preparer who can prepare your investments in a way where you can minimize your tax liabilities. Some people like to invest for short-term purposes. However, the long-term focus is what determines your portfolio. Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, whether it's for vacation, it really depends on what it is that you are trying to accomplish. In order to protect your assets against inflation, it is important that you focus on a long-term. This long-term approach will just not only allow you to understand your portfolio better and protect your assets against inflation, it also will help you with the tax implications. So it will help you to understand the market and to make decisions based on market trends and fluctuations. Keeping a long-term perspective and staying committed to your investment strategy would help you to understand your diversifying portfolio better. Whether you're investing in ingredient 1 or 5, you just have a better approach to understanding what it is that you want to do with your investment portfolio, whether it's a long-term focus or a short-term focus. With that being said, thank you so much for watching my video. If you like it, then please let me know, or leave a comment or like the video. I'll be talking more in depth about the 5 and 6 ingredients that we talked about in this video. Again, thank you and have a wonderful day.